Hey, what's going on? In today's Jiu-Jitsu rolling commentary, you're gonna see some black belt magic. This is foreshadowing. All right, let's get into it. Here we have Nate Morrison. He's a black belt. I am a purple belt, and Nate Morrison is very good at this thing that he's about to do right here. So anytime you go for a pass, I'm doing a back step pass here, and notice this hand post. You're gonna see how it comes in handy. Now, from this hand post, I typically want to step back and back step pass, but also notice where his leg is weaved and where his arm is around my neck. That means that he is in a very good position to get on top of me and be in the top of half guard or get knee on belly. So look at this. He has his foot to my hip. I pin the bottom leg down in order to do a half guard back step pass, post on the hip to create space and to create a point that makes the sweep possible, because it seems the distance from the body is needed in order to get a sweep. The closer somebody is to you, torso to torso, the harder it is to levitate them and to sweep them. And anytime somebody has you like this, one key tip is to get to your knees. That's what she said. Solves all of life's problems. I mean, praying. I mean, praying. Where's your mind at? All right, let's keep it moving. So here, do you see how I have that underhook? I'm thinking about clearing that knee shield and shelving it on my elbow or on my shoulder, because that's typically how you get rid of a knee shield. But I got pulled forward and decided to go for a hip placement. And look, this is the magic. This is the magic. How do you get somebody to try to grab your wrist so you can grab theirs? You grab their wrist. Because in fighting, it's almost like this monkey brain of anything that you do, somebody will copy you. Like you see it in fights all the time. Somebody punches somebody, all of a sudden somebody punches back. Somebody kicks somebody, oh yeah, well I'm gonna kick you back. If you want wrist control, grab somebody's wrist, that way they defend, and then they will start grabbing your wrist, and when they grab your wrist, you can transfer to grab their wrist back. Like, we're gonna replay this, we're gonna loop it, and you'll see the fight. This is the magic of it. It's deep, dark psychology, let me tell you, especially when we get into our fighting. And the reason why I'm laughing here is somebody showed up late and I was like, thanks for coming by. All right, and sweep. All right, so there are a couple of things that I want you to notice that's magical. Off of this back take, I want you to notice Nate's leg positioning. This is something that I have been integrating into my game as well. Sometimes it feels like if you don't have two hooks in during back control or a proper body triangle, before I felt like I was losing the position, but look at the leg positioning here where it's between the legs, and you can either post a foot on the hip or you can cross your legs. And it feels like a type of guard, and it's actually extremely secure. So next time you're taking it back, try this, because if they beat one leg and you weave your leg in between theirs, it prevents their hip from going over that bottom leg, which is great. Now look how I extend my legs, like I was saying before, and he has to re-enter for the sweep, and I recover guard. In my book, okay, listen, here's one thing. If you are going against an upper belt and you improve your position from having your back taken to them being inside your guard, that's an improvement of position. Having somebody on your back is the worst. I have a whole positional hierarchy video that I'll link below that shows you the different positions in the hierarchy and why certain positions are better than others. That way, once you understand the hierarchy, then at least you have a map of where you want to go, which is huge. So if somebody has your back, anything would be better. So here's a really, he's trying to isolate the arm there. And once you isolate the arm, you have a back triangle. You know, that felt like an Americana was going to be threatened. But yeah, the 2-on-1 is typically a transition to a back triangle. Here's some more sleight of hand magic. Now, if somebody ever has a hip post on you, here is a grip break that you can use. That way you can start to work your arm drags, your 2-on-1. That way you can create this angle. Look at the angle that I create. This is the attacking angle. So step 1, remove that grip that they have on your hips, because that is what is preventing you from getting an angle. Then use some sort of arm grip and or head grip with a hip post to create an angle of attack. And you know, Nate knows what I'm doing. He literally just taught that class. So I'd probably say something to him like, you're lucky. But let me, hold on one second. I want you to see something that just happened here. All right, so look at, this is one of those techniques that isn't really like specifically taught, but look how he slides his knee so that I can't get my knee up. Look at the knee positioning here. This is so pivotal. If you just remember this like principle of getting your knee in front of theirs, that is the secret, that is the magic of passing guard. All right, so now he has knee on belly and I am preventing his knee from sliding across me. So that is excellent defense, if I don't say so myself, against knee on belly. Like, you don't want the position to get worse. And an excellent counter to this is this back step to get ashigarami, and then he goes for a cross ashi. Oh, let me just edit this right here. So he goes for a cross ashi and gets a cross outside heel hook, which is that back step. That back step is good because when they are so good at defending knee on belly, so you have like a clothesline where you put your hand across and cup the inside of your thigh. That way the knee on belly cannot progress to a worse position for you, which is a mount, which I go over that video that's linked below for the positions. So you don't want the position to get worse. So you block the knee, make sure there's no space in your arm that's cupping the inside of your thigh to prevent their knee from crossing your torso, because if there is a space, they are going, if they know what they're doing, that's going to be an opening for a spinning arm bar. So make sure, like, one principle of defense is limit space between your elbows and your torso, because that is going to create openings for them to attack your arm. That's huge. And this back step move right here is money, because this is always available. Like, I've gotten this back step on black belts, you know, like it's, and you can too. All right, let's go to the next session. All right, now from here, things are starting to get serious, okay? All of this black belt magic with his butterfly hooks, all right? I am pinning those little butterfly wings to the ground to prevent him from flying. So this is the deal right here. I'm taking his legs and I am attempting to pin them to the ground, but he has this can't kick and he has this Kimura grip right here, and he's going for a Kimura trap back take. And one thing I do know, after this happens to me at least 10 times, I'm like, what? All right, so get your knee. The key is my knee position, because from here, if you go knee on belly, you can get a spinning arm bar off of their Kimura grip, which is a sick counter. So I just have my knee up. So that's why he bails, because he knows when somebody, if you have a Kimura grip and somebody gets a knee on belly, you are in danger of a spinning arm bar. So he has a Kimura trap, goes for the back take. I get my knee up to defend. And now he goes for another one of his sweeps. And I get the overhook on the arm. I'm trying to get him, and he pulls out. And of course, you know, I'm probably being like, you're lucky. If you had an MMA glove on, there would have been a stopper at the end of that rope. If I could have gotten my shin, and do you see how he pinches my leg? Because he knows I'm trying to use my shin to pinch as he's getting this Kimura grip. Okay, now look, let's have a moment. Let's not pay attention to what happens after this, but let's just pay attention to this beautiful takedown. You know, when you do jiu-jitsu, like sometimes, and in life, sometimes the magic of it is focusing on the things you did well. And that's the magic. And here I'm literally like, you know, making fun of the fact that I got a takedown. Like, I don't care if you have top position. I got that takedown. And I'm just remembering that. That's a win, okay, in my head. Whatever happens after is a moot point. Ooh, what he's doing right now is exactly the game that I showed in my last video. So I'll do a link on that as well, but this is the exact game that he's doing. And look at this foot position again during the back control. So this is great. Was that a faux tap? The thing about chokes is like, it's minimal risk. Yeah, you may go out, but it's not like it's a broken arm. You know, I never wait until the point that I'm passing out, but there's definitely more room to play. All right, now what is coming up next is my favorite move of the entire video. It's just me and Nate talking. No, just kidding. Oh, this is so sweet. Look at that hook. Look at that hook. It's like his principle is lacing around at least one leg and then regaining the hook. If you don't know, Nate has a BJJ Fanatics Instructional on sweeps, and when he was a blue belt, he swept a brown belt, and this is another magic topic. It is so, I guess, magical when you develop a belief in something. And, you know, belief is just a thought that you continue to think. But let's say you got a sweep when you were a blue belt on a brown belt, and you have that thought in your mind of like, I'm good at sweeps, and you believe that. Self-belief and believing you can, having that confidence, like the etymology of confidence is fetus, confidus, the fetus, the beginning of creation of something, to bring something to fruition, to have confidence, especially when you are training jiu-jitsu, is to believe that you can land something when you have had no historic evidence of it happening for you, but to still go at it with 100% commitment, like you are going to succeed, even though historical data will tell you otherwise. Like, that is belief. And having a belief in yourself that you can land something is huge. So part of the black belt magic is developing a confidence, because you have, if you're at a black belt, I mean, you've had a history of having things not working and then having things working and then building off of that confidence. So part of the magic, you know, train, believe, and then things train, believe, achieve. Like Fuji has like the best tagline ever, really. It's to the point and accurate. All right, so thank you so much for watching. It's a Saturday morning. I am gonna go train. I have an MMA fight coming up, so I'm gonna go train. And I'll leave, if you wanna watch more, I'll leave the videos for you. That way you can have, you know, some more stuff. But all right, thank you so much for watching. I love you, and until next time, bye.